So yesterday's DIY video was to fix this loose door frame. So I got that done, and part of the problem was this door was sticking on the vinyl splash guard that seals this gap underneath here. So I was able to pull the vinyl, the old piece out, what was left of it. I just pulled it out of here. Now I'm trying to take this rail off here. I've got a new piece of this vinyl strip ordered, but I can't figure out how to get this rail off. There was one screw in the middle, one Phillips head screw. There's two holes on the ends, but there was no screws there. Here or here. I guess I'm gonna pry on this. This one end is loose. It doesn't seem to be in a slot. This one end does pull out, but it's not budging from anywhere else. So I'm gonna start prying on it. If I would have known it was gonna be this difficult to get off this bottom rail, when I had the door off yesterday, I would have just taken carried this whole door downstairs and out into my shop. Try not to break the glass. So that seems to be the trick, just a putty knife, banging it along there. Wow. So that's ridiculous. It doesn't need to be on like that. It just needs 3 screws. I only had 1 screw. Looks like they had the double-sided tape on here. So this is a piece of it's like a T on the end of it, and that T looks like it goes into this slot here. So I've got some of this new stuff on order on Amazon. I went to Ace Hardware; they did not carry it. So this just slides in that slot. So when my new stuff comes, I will. I'm not going to put any adhesive on it. I'm just going to install the new vinyl and put 3 screws in it. And yeah, there's no reason for that to be stuck on there like that. So an option is to choose not to take this rail off, but like I said earlier, I was on a mission to find out why the heck this thing was stuck on there like that. So I'm going to clean all this double-sided tape off here, just clean the back up. And I'm using 40 grit, just my orbital sander with 40 grit sanding grit. Yeah, I don't know what kind of double stick tape that was, but that's some good stuff. All right, still on there. I'm gonna get some off, some heavy stuff off with a wire brush. This stuff must have come from NASA. All right, between sanding and wire brushing, cleaned up pretty good. This little piece of aluminum is pretty impressive. It must be aviation grade aluminum, because it is, all the prying I did on it didn't bend it one bit. flat as a pancake. And it took pretty good hit with 40 grit sandpaper and wire brushing, and it's tough. So if I ever do sell this house, I'm taking this with me. So yeah, no more adhesive. 3 screws. I only have 1 screw. I'm gonna have to go find two more stainless screws, and then I've got to clean up the mating surface up in the bathroom. Again, I should have just brought that door down here to my shop yesterday, but I'm almost done. All right, now we're gonna clean this side up a little bit. Okay, that's what we're going with. Still evidence of that adhesive on here, but I got a nice flat surface for that rail to come seat on. I'm going to put nothing behind that rail, just going to screw it down, and 3 places, and I'll have the new strip on the bottom. Okay, I got the new bottom seal in for the shower. It was like $5 from Amazon for 36 inches, and it's 1 inch wide, so I think that's going to be too wide. So I don't want it getting trapped underneath that door, so I'm going to mark it and trim it. I'll take it up to the bathroom and mark where I need to cut it. So the gap under my door is a little less than ½ inch. So I don't want 1 inch of that vinyl, you know, sticking down and folding over every time I open and close the door. This sill is on an angle, and it's got this lip on it. So there's no reason for that splash guard to be so long. It really just needs to catch any, you know, heavy stuff. It's, you know, it's a downhill slope this way. There's a little lip here, so it just needs to catch the heavy splashes that won't, you know, that are gonna shoot past that gap, ½ inch gap. So I'm going to cut the strip to a ½ inch. The other problem I saw is this. Maybe the reason every time I get into one of these jobs, I stumble across something. But if I line up the holes that are in this, the rail is got a ½ inch gap at this end, and it's actually hanging down below at this end. So I'm just going to make it flush. I'm going to drill some new holes. The center hole is good, so I'm going to use it, and then drill 2 new holes for the ends and get this thing level. So yeah, so I don't want this thing bunching up like this when I open and close the door. It should just be flush, and then it's still gonna have a 1/4 inch. It's still gonna roll up a 1/4 inch when it goes over this lip here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut it ½ inch minus, maybe like between 450 thousandths. I'm just gonna cut it with scissors. So I'm gonna cut it on the short side of a ½ inch. Okay, I've got my ½ inch line marked. I'm just gonna cut it off with scissors and that'll be the length I'm going to go with. So I'm going to run down this with a pair of scissors. All right, I got this cut, the strip cut down to 1/2 inch. The center hole is good as far as alignment, so I'm gonna get a screw in the center hole. These are number 6 stainless steel screws I bought at Ace Hardware yesterday. Put a level on it. Looks good there. Okay, so I got 2 screws in. I did an 1/8 inch hole here with a number 6 screw. This is the hole that was here. And this is where my screw broke off here. So I've got a 1/16 of an inch pilot hole drilled next to it. I'm going to open that up to an 1/8 inch now. And I want it as tight as possible. If I had a smaller drill bit, like 3/32, that would have been a better fit. This feels a little bit loose, but as long as it snugs down, which it did, I'm good. All right, there it is. 3 screws, 3 stainless steel screws, holding that rail down. It's now level. 1/2 inch sticking out under here, and it's still a little bunched up there, but that's as long as I want it. It's folding up over that lip. If it was any longer than that, it'd be a problem. And then once it's in there, there's a little gap under it, but it's tapered that way. There's no, because this is angled, there's a lip here. There's no water going to run out of that. But yeah, I think that's good. Definitely don't want it any longer than that 1/2 inch. So yeah, this one's done. Shower door bottom seal replaced. Peace out.